Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my Gravity Daze walkthrough. This is episode 20, an Unguarded moment, and this is a level with a boss on it. In fact, we're coming up against a sequence of bosses, and they give me an opportunity to talk about them, which is wonderful, because these last few episodes have been me completely rabbling, because I have nothing to say about this game. Nothing to analyse, nothing to appreciate, and nothing to divulge as far as strategies, because you haven't really needed them. So instead, we're going to talk bosses, and the boss coming up is going to be one that you might have predicted, you might not have. All depends on how much you were paying attention to the rather confusing story. But the good news is, you can be really aggressive against this boss as long as you don't attack her when she attacks you. As long as you can preempt her attacks, you'll be fine. And you can do some seriously good damage. And the strategy is going to be chase her down, hit her with dive kicks, and then do the spinning special move when you're close enough to her to get multiple hits. That's all we're going to be doing, guys. But until then, there's this little narrative power trip moment that's going to be happening. So this vehicle here is going to become our enemy. It's actually going to become the final boss, believe it or not. But before it does this, they want to display to us just how powerful this technology is, because the military has decided to create this machine to kill the Nevi, instead of using shifters like us, or whatever they call the people who can use gravity powers. Sounds like a good idea, right guys? What could go wrong? Well, the inevitable truth is everything. So all you have to do here is wait, because it's a timed sequence, I think. You can fight people, you can choose not to fight people. I decided to just fly around and dive kick and stuff. What will happen is, after a certain threshold of time, that machine's going to kill all the Nevi. It's going to kill them in one hit, everyone's going to explode, and you're going to be, wow, Jesus, this is a really tough, awesome machine, the city's saved. But then it turns out inside that machine is the very creatures we're trying to destroy. So it ends up going all batshit crazy, and of course we have to save the day. But not before we do a completely unnecessary fight with somebody who's about to become an ally in about 5 minutes. So it's got all the cliched tropes, but it's still pretty fun. But bide your time, kill some dudes, and then we're going to be doing a 1v1 Superman fight, which I really, really enjoy. But first we have to take down Mr. Stretchy Fist, because he's one of the enemies that's left. And all it's going to be is gravity powers, dive kicks, pretty simple stuff, exploiting all the abilities you've learnt so far. But projects on the channel, I've mentioned that Mirror's Edge is going to be coming, and we don't know how good it's going to be. I've mentioned that I'm going to be doing something with Uncharted Brutal, because I have a couple of those games still to cover, and people are really interested in those projects, and I really want to play them. So it just makes sense, doesn't it, when the seasons slow down, play a game you really want to play. I'm going to be covering both Final Fantasy 15 and Star Ocean 5, I think it is. But I have no idea what those games are going to be like, depending on whether or not I'm going to enjoy them, so I can't make any kind of judgments, because I've only played a demo for Final Fantasy 15, and the combat seems like it's interesting and it could have a lot of depth. Everything else just kind of looked tech demo-y and weird. And I love Star Ocean because I think it has the most superior RPG mechanics when it comes to combat. But the stories and the characters are usually so mind-numbingly, cringe-inducingly bad that it's tepid getting through those incredibly long games. So I guess we'll see. Also, this new one's been censored too, so I don't know if you know too much about that. Apparently they've given a girl bigger underpants, because apparently she's in need of bigger underpants when it releases in the western areas, because apparently we have issue with girls' bums, which I have no issue with girls' bums. I don't know a single man on this planet who has, well, that's not true, because some people are gay, aren't they, so they like other sexes, but aside from those guys, everybody else had no issue. Even the gay guys had no issue, because they're like, if you want to see ass, show an ass, you know, no one had issues. Yet they've censored it for some reason. So now the girl's wearing a big adult nappy instead of, you know, a rather fetching pair of underwear. Even though there's a character who looks like she's literally in a skin-tight, figure-hugging leotard, which I'm probably going to exploit the camera to see every goddamn inch of, because I'm a pervert. But censor the other girl? Really profound and weird. I don't get it. Japanese are crazy. Why put it in if you think it's inappropriate? Yeah, it's perfectly fine in Japan because every manga's rapey. Is that the logic here? I don't understand it. But this is the boss, guys. We're going to be chasing down the Stinger Lady, and all you want to do is be mobile all the time so she can't hit you, and as soon as she stops, she'll do an attack, then you want to dive kick her. Counter her attacks, As soon as you connect with one hit, you want to do your special. Right there was me doing a preemptive attack and it didn't work, so do not follow my strategy for that because it's not good. But be mobile, constantly be moving, and you can make this fight look way more exciting than it can look. As soon as she stops, preempt her with a kick, and now I should have done the special. The moment you hit her, hit that triangle, do that special move, destroy her, and stay mobile so she can't hurt you too. That was interesting. I traded with the explosive, but it didn't damage me. And then when she's on the floor, you want to gangbang her. Kick her as hard as you can. Every move you've got at your availability. Keep knocking her down. Jump cancel her face off. And then she's going to fly away and get all angry. And she gets a little bit faster, but she's still pretty simple. See what I mean? We're destroying this lady. Really fun fight though. I like this one. But back to Star Ocean. A lot of weird censorship happening in that game. I hope the mechanics and the fundamentals of the game are fun, because even if the story's utter shit and every character's voiced by the most ear-grating child, I can still have a lot of fun with the game. And I love Star Ocean. I even liked the fourth one, which was really weak in a lot of ways, because I really like the combat, I really like the grinding, you know, for things like the creating and finding components and always having those super tough bosses in those super tough dungeons. Everything about that game I find to be really fun, and I'm hoping the new one just adds an extra measure of fun to it. But I guess we'll find out when it releases. Then aside from that, there's of course Deus Ex Human Revolution, which I'm going to be covering. I will be doing a very similar walkthrough to my other one. It'll probably be pacifist, no alarms, no kills kind of thing, on the hardest difficulty, and hopefully there's a bunch of achievements for it. Here's the finishing act. I've got to go behind this building though. There you go. Just do the dive kick and mash triangle. And that's the end of the boss fight, guys. So we'll do this big fancy animation and then we'll probably kick her in the tit. But thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the finale. You take care now.